will not rest until I discover the truth. I will not rest until I discover the truth. I will not rest until I discover the truth. I will not rest until I discover the truth. Not rest until I discover the truth. I will not rest until I discover the truth. I will not rest until I discover the truth. I will not rest until I discover the truth. Rest until I discover the truth. I will not rest until I discover the truth. I will not rest until I discover the truth. Rest until I discover the truth. Miracles.
I think the same time next year we're going to have a fundamentally different conversation. I think disclosure already occurred. I don't think necessarily disclosure is an event. I think it's a process. And I think that process began.
If we were facing an alien threat from outside this world, and yet I ask you, is not an alien force already among us?
In this field that we're in, there couldn't be more witnesses, but it's still not enough. It's still not good enough. So it doesn't matter how much proof anybody has. It's not good enough. If it's too mind-blowing or too difficult to accept as reality, in a court of law it would work. Yeah, there's witnesses. Oh yeah, there's evidence, there's marks, there's places, locations, this and that. There's stories, there's books that have been written. There's more evidence than we can possibly imagine. What people have to stop doing is saying, where's the proof? Because the proof is already there.
This phenomenon in itself, it should have been investigated from the very beginning by science. Why the UFO phenomenon has never been thoroughly investigated by science so far as we know at least, is because it ended up in black military channels, because the military just kept it secret. And if there's no knowledge publicly available, how would scientists be able to investigate this? This huge consciousness that we are talking about, is this possibly the universe itself? Is this God and we are all part of it? Those are very profound questions. And I think that once the UFO subject has been freed by this ridicule factor, scientists and philosophers will be able to start to tackle those questions.
350 additional military intelligence witnesses to the so-called UFO matter and extraterrestrial intelligence can prove and will prove that we are not alone.
What's happening right now is a form of confirmation. We're getting little bits and pieces of information from different sources, and they're basically letting us know that something really is going on, that it is worth investigating, that it is being pursued behind the scenes by our government, and that it's serious.
These men, in my opinion, believe that they saw this.
I asked my doctor, how can this thing be in my leg without there being a scar? And she said it has to be by means not known to medical science.
U.S. government denies the existence of UFOs, so if UFOs don't exist, how are these people being abducted? They're not admitting anything right now. They know what's going on.
Believe me, they've been studying it all this time.
If you tell the world that you've recovered their technology, you may be pressured to share that technology. And what if you don't want to share the technology? The United States didn't want to share its atomic technology in 1947. That was a very big issue at the time. There was certainly no way the United States would want to share its extraterrestrial technology.
Any advanced alien civilization that was at all interested in populating the galaxy, even without exceeding the speed of light, even if you're only moving at, say, 10 or 20% of the speed of light, you could populate the entire galaxy in, let's say, 10 million years, maybe 20 million years max. This is nothing, in the grand scheme of things. Where are the aliens? Maybe they're among us, I don't know. If there are super intelligent aliens out there, they're probably already observing us. That would seem quite likely, and we just are not smart enough to realize it.
We'll bring you the dramatic story of what happened over our nation's capital just 1 week ago tonight.
We can say that the recent sightings are in no way connected with any secret development by any agency of the United States.
when the first reverse engineering ever started, but I do know that ETs have been coming here way before us. So, you know, it's been going on since we've been here.
I got the third one popping. There's one behind the chimney. One just flared up. I got 4 of them. Major sighting here.
And investigate the matter once and for all to clear it up. You know, I think it was a legitimate occurrence of unknown origin craft of some sort, and who knows where it came from. Inexplicable, and probably one of the major sightings in modern history in the country.
I was looking for evidence of UFO technology, and I know that's laughed at by a lot of people, but I was working from witness testimony of a group called the Disclosure Project, 400 military witnesses, some ex-military, some still current at the time. Anything all the way up from radar, air traffic controllers, all the way up to Strategic Air Command. You know, very credible people, and they all said that, yes, UFOs were real, yes, they were extraterrestrial.
Flying saucers, and that's what we used to call them in those days. All we want is an answer. All we want is for someone to say to us that, yes, we know that did happen that day. It was a very extraordinary experience, but something definitely did happen that day. It wasn't in your imagination. You weren't on drugs, you weren't drunk. It happened.
More or less on gestures and mental telepathy, as it is known, thought transfer.
He does not speak. I mean,
he didn't at the time, but I have met him since, and he does speak very well English as well as in the other language.
I don't tell story to my friends and to other people because I don't believe in UFO.